Hey, what's up, everybody? This is another edition of VeVe Comic Talk. It's Thursday, August 25th, and it's the drop day of Tales to Astonish number 90. I decided to go for the drop just to gamble. I ended up with an uncommon. I'm recording this video about 45 minutes after the drop, and it's still available on the market. Not a good sign. Let's get right to the spreadsheet. So, the market is down again today. We had a slight bump yesterday, but it turned negative again today. We have 35 comics up, 71 down, 17 even. So 57.72% of the market went down. If you look at the averages over the day, you can see it went up slightly yesterday, but it went right back down and hit new lows today. Not a great sign. The collectibles are faring much better. We have 26 up, 21 down, 10 even. Vader has moved back over 1,000, which is positive. So I didn't buy anything yesterday. I did end up buying some things today. So this is what I ended up buying. I bought a common Fantastic Four Annual 3 for 1.9 gems. The new Avengers 7, the Illuminati Rare for 6.99, and the Obi-Wan 1 Rare for 9 gems. So if you notice, the mint numbers are all 4-digit. So this is, I was debating whether to buy or not. There are a number of 4-digit mints for various things that I have in my collection, and I've never seen this many ever. So that is also not a good sign. I did pick up these to lower my mint numbers. Uh, let's look at the movers. So we only have a handful of comics that are up double digits. Um, you can see here they're just a random array of uh, comics up. A lot of this has to do with the thin trading. If you look at the comics that are down double digit, we have quite a bit down. Some really interesting ones that moved down is Iron Man 55. That moved down almost 25% for the rare. So there's some good buys out there, but not sure where the bottom is. So today I'm going to focus on a couple things. One, it's the uh, Black Panther 1 comic. So let's look at it in the real world. So this is actually not the first Black Panther comic. Uh, this is a modern age one that came out in 1998. And it's really not the first appearance of the Black Panther, but rather the first appearance of Zuri and the Dora Milaje, the bodyguards. So in the real world, it doesn't have a high value. A 9.8 is only $250. But this one is trading very nicely. So I am in this and I am trading it ahead of the release of the new Black Panther movie, which comes out in November of this year. So this is the next movie to be released in the MCU. So let's look at the chart. So you can see how it's moved down. But what's really nice here is there's a fairly nice base being formed here, which goes back to May of this year. It's trading in this channel pretty reliably. So we're seeing probably a low of just below $6. I mean, it's dropped all the way down to the $4 level, but it's really, you see the base there at around uh, the high fives, so just below 6, and it trades up to 8, and this is for the common. I'm trading this one. So if we look at it in the market, you don't see a lot of volume. There's only 90 comics being that are on the marketplace now, 25 rares. Uh, let's look at the common since we just looked at that chart. So you can see that the floor is very, very thin here. So uh, you can buy some here. So if you picked it up at 601, let's go back to our spreadsheet. And I have this flip calc here. So if you punch in 6.01, you'll see that your break even is 657. So if we go back here, 657 puts you right here. So if you bought this, you could relist it somewhere in here and make a slight profit. But the channel that you see in the graph here will take you up to here. So you can see it's basically this range here, and it's not much volume at all. So you can take advantage of some swings, but again, as I said in my past videos, I'm posting some stuff at the floor, trying to lower my mint numbers and increase my rarities, and it's taking a long time to sell. So there's a risk there. If you look at the rare, the swing is even bigger. So I have one posted here, but you can see I'm very far off from the floor at 23.85. So let's punch that into our flip count. You can see the break even is at 26.07. So we go back here, that puts you right here. So there's not much range. So if you look at the rare, you see a similar pattern. The low is here at 15. That looks like an odd trade, so I would ignore this. I'd look at it more right around here. That the base would be right around here, which would be the support would be somewhere around the $20 range. So we're not far off of that. The channel will get you up to just over $28. So there's some opportunity there, but again, the volume is really low. So just to reiterate, if you go back and look, there's only 25 being traded. So what does that mean if you really think about it? Let's look at the common. There are 21,000 editions, and there are only 90 for sale. So let's do the math there. I'm just going to bring it in the spreadsheet here. So that is less than 0.5% of the available supply on the market. Let's look at the rare. The rare only has 1% of the population available on the market. So you can see how thinly traded the NFTs are at this point. I'm not sure. I've been going back and forth debating as to whether this is healthy or unhealthy. Let's look at it from both perspectives. From the bulls' perspective, the bulls would say, well, that's bullish because nobody wants to sell at these levels, so they're just hodling it. So the selling pressure is very limited. The bears would say the problem with this is that should an event happen that causes people to want to want to liquidate, the selling pressure will be immense, and which would force the price down significantly. So those are the two sides of it. I quite frankly, I think both are both points of view are correct. If there is a negative event, let's say Marvel pulls the license, the the selling pressure would be so great, uh, you're not going to be able to get out. There's just too much volume behind it. The I'm not saying that that's going to happen, or I'm not even talking about how likely that is going to happen. But on the other side, it's, if the licenses are stable, the downward pressure is going to be very low because it's not going to take much to pick up 1% of the market. So I think we would see, especially in things like Black Panther, I think it's a pretty safe trade. Again, this is not financial advice, it's just my opinion. I think it's a pretty safe trade ahead of the movie. It's one of those buy on the rumor, sell on the fact thing. So I think it's a safe trade up to November because the downward pressure is very limited. This is one of the comics that I've been looking at lately, and I've been buying and selling, and I got my mint numbers pretty low, but I'm not going to pay up for it. I'm getting my mint numbers low by scooping whatever lower ones that appear on the floor or close to the floor. So let's hope things turn around. Again, a link to my spreadsheet is in the description below, as well as a link to the graph. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hope we bounce off this bottom here. I hope we find the bottom, actually. Happy collecting, and aloha.